June 14th, 2011. Obama pushes jobs plan in North Carolina. Jumps on the frickin' political presidential re-election campaign slash enemy spy plane bomber known as Air Force One to go to North Carolina. Promotes job creation Monday, importantly political North Carolina. No, politically important North Carolina, trying to assure Americans he's focused on their number one concern and his greatest political weakness. I keep on hearing that over and over again. His greatest political weakness, jobs. That's what they want you to think. You know, a lot of Barack Obama's voters, hello, they don't want a job, and Barack Obama keeps on also stumping for more benefits for them. And remember, they don't think they're going to have to put gas in their cars or pay their mortgages if Obama's elected. And it's been, what, going on his third year. So they're all bound to re-elect him if they still don't have a job. It's not about the jobs, but they want you to think that it is. The informative media. His GOP presidential opponents prepared to target this economic policies in their first major debate, which was last night. Shut up, Republicans, by the way. Shut up. Michelle Bachmann, get back to Capitol Hill and work on the issues there and take it one day at a time, okay? You shouldn't pop out and say you want to be president until this time next year, after you've, you know, done something that's going to make some people want to vote for you. And that goes for all you other frickin' freakazoids there that can't sit down and shut up. You raise your hands and go, ooh, 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 vote for me. See, you think it's working for, you see that it worked for the Democrats, because the day after Bush was reelected in 2004, they start on their political campaigns for 2008 presidency. So you feel that you should do that now. That there was a midterm election, okay, let's go for the frickin' the White House now. See, that's exactly what they want you to do, the other side, so they can pick you off one by one. They're figuring out ways, you know. They've already started again with Romney. I've seen articles, news clippings about the you know, problems with a Mormon president, and then I've seen other things with the Massachusetts healthcare plan. Look at that. Only thing is, it's too. See, they make you not like Romney, but the thing is, they made you like Obama with his plan, which is much the same, but much ways more powerful and much ways worse than Massachusetts healthcare plan today. But they've got you liking that because it hasn't happened yet. See, it's not going to happen until after they elect Obama next year in 2012, and then in 2014 sometime you start feeling the effects of this. It's not a health insurance reform plan. It's not a health care plan. It's not a thing to take care of everybody when they're sick. It's a massive power grab that's going to kill us all. Let's see. Speaking at an energy-efficient lighting plant in Durham, North Carolina, Obama called for training more engineers as a means to boost long-term economic growth, as he sought simultaneously to reassure business about his administration's policies and try to instill some optimism in voters despite dismal recent economic reports. Okay, so he's trying to tell businesses, trust me. And then he's trying to get them to help the government pay for training for people that are not going to be hired, okay? Then make them look like the bad guys for not hiring people. Make them look like the bad guys for not wanting to help train, so the government's going to say they need more money to train. And now that the government's the only, because of the health care plan that was voted for last year, in case you don't know, they snuck in that you can only borrow money from the U.S. government for school. You can't borrow money from anybody else for school. To go to college, university, any kind of school, the only place you can borrow money is from the U.S. government. So, that was, I'm seeing it coming down the line with him making this trip to Durham yesterday to this, you know, the new kind of light bulbs, because we're not going to be able to buy the old incandescent Thomas Edison light bulbs by the end of this year, which, you know, they don't want to alarm you about that, but you're going to be pretty bent out of shape when you figure it out on January 1st, 2012, that you can't go frickin' get in just a regular old cheap-ass light bulb. You have to buy these $50 models they're making at this Durham, North Carolina plant, okay? Where are we? Yes, so that's where the training comes in. See, he has to train a bunch of people for a year, and then get them all hemmed up where they owe the government, and the companies not going to be in business. The companies are not going to hire them because they don't see the future looking any brighter. In fact, they see it worse because Obamacare will start kicking in. There will be no one to hire except the government, and so all these people are going to be moved into the government, and that will help them pay back for their training. Yes, the president sought to reassure business about his administration's policies and try to instill some of the optimism in voters despite recent economic reports. Here's the president speaking to the crowd in Durham at Cree, the light bulb place. The energy efficient lighting plant, Cree. Today, the single most serious economic problem we face is getting people back to work. President said, we stabilized the economy. We prevented a financial meltdown and an economy that was shrinking and is now growing. But I'm still not satisfied. I haven't destroyed it enough. I will not be satisfied until everyone who wants a good job that offers some security has a good job that offers security. Of course, he means what a good job is one working for the government, working for a labor union. That's what he means. Being a party member, being a member of the party by being a member of the union, and then working for the government in some, quasi-governmental type of healthcare thing that's right around the corner after all the insurance companies frickin', just say, screw it, man, we can't make any money. I am optimistic about our future, the president said, even while acknowledging that we can't be complacent. You damn right can't be complacent because this man never sleeps. I bet you Obama does not sleep. I bet you he's constantly, him and his buddies are constantly working to destroy us. Because everything that they do points to that direction. They say this and do that. That's what I mean. Obama, you have to read between the lines with him here. Okay? It's a lie that he stabilized the economy. The economy is not stable. Unless you want to consider a steady going downhill, building up speed doing so, if you call that stable. They prevented a financial meltdown, right? There's more to come as far as financial meltdown. You just wait. They prevented one, kind of like these guys in Arizona are preventing a fire over here, but then the fire's still raging on over here. I ain't saying those firemen are doing that. I'm not saying it's their plan. This guy's plan to keep the fire going, not the firemen. Yes, Obama's in North Carolina yesterday. Yes. Obama announced a program to train 10,000 new engineers every year through a public-private partnership. This is a big, giant trick being played on the private companies. We know that if we're going to maintain our leadership in technology and innovation, our best companies need the world's brightest workers, American workers. Okay, now, that's also just something nice to say to fool everybody into thinking that he's patriotic, because when asked a year or two ago about is America an exceptional nation, he said somewhere in frickin' Gondwana land, some Gondwana lander thinks that Gondwana land is the exceptional nation, and the Brits think that Britain is exceptional, and the Greeks think that Greece is exceptional. He doesn't feel that Americans are the best workers any more than the people of Gondwana land think that America is the best workers. You understand? He's just trying to get y'all going and fall for this stupid sucker plan, which is just a way to get money to the government. Because remember, like I said before, the only one, the training, who's going to pay for the training? Where are they going to borrow the money to do so? Uncle Scam, that's who. Because no one else is allowed. That's the first thing immediately taking effect with Obamacare, is that they're getting a whole bunch of money by financing out the education. You say that you're going to pay it back. They take the invisible stimulus money that they never got to spend on them shovel-ready projects, because at this meeting also, he was asked a question about the shovel-ready jobs and the permit process, and Obama joked about the shovel-ready jobs not being so shovel-ready. And I thought that was cute. He did. And then moved on to the next question without answering it, because the answer is that they're saving the money. They haven't spent that stimulus money. They're holding on to it. It's their slush fund. They're using it in other ways that you don't know about, like this. Like what I just told you. They finance the education with the fake money. Then they get the real money back from the slave, the beneficiary of the training, and that beneficiary's boss, if there is a boss. There won't be in many cases, because a lot of businessmen are smart enough to see through this wolf in sheep's clothing idea of Obama's that is just smoke and mirrors and nothing like he says it is. You have to see what it is by just figuring it out, because it's not going to be spelled out for you. You got to read a code, practically. You got to see what he can do. You have to understand banking and finance and investing in the markets and the games that the Harvard clique plays with them. So the Obama administration has a way to train these people and will become their boss, and they will become a megalithic army of government workers. The healthcare, Obamacare, is going to have 16,000 people in the IRS. Then the rest of them are millions of them, millions, literally millions. 10,000 a year here, okay? 10,000 new American engineers. What kind of engineers? Physical plant engineers? You know, that's just the custodian, right? So, I mean, there's bound to be 10,000 places where you can have a custodian somewhere. I know a lady yesterday, she told me she's going for RN training because an RN registered nurse makes $90,000 a year. Yeah, that's fine and dandy until $90,000 a year won't be enough to keep gas in your car pretty soon. And oatmeal. It won't be enough for, you know, kids to eat cereal. It won't be enough for rice at dinner time with whatever kind of meat, because you won't be able to afford it, and who knows, it might just be outlawed as being cruel to animals to eat meat. Obama's looking for ways to brighten a bleak economic picture, pushing private sector hiring along with his own political fortunes during a 2-day trip to 2 key states, North Carolina and Florida, and a rendezvous with an important Hispanic constituency on the island of Puerto Rico. Of course, why are they important? Why are they important to have a rendezvous with? They're important because why? Oh, Hispanic constituency. Yes. This trip gives him a chance to offer a counterbalance to what is sure to be a sustained attack on his economic and other policies. See how the media always helps Obama. It gives him a chance to interpret his moves, why he's doing what he's doing. It offer counterbalance. And Obama's looking for ways to brighten the picture, bleak economic picture. He just wants to help people. He loves us all. But even before the debate got underway, Republicans are dismissing Obama's efforts. See? The Republicans look bad. Obama wants to help. The Republicans are, we're just dismissing. Photo ops with business leaders only reinforce that no one in this administration has ideas to create the private sector jobs our economy desperately needs, said Brendan Buck, spokesman for John Boehner, Speaker of the House. Funny, they get a spokesman for a congressman to say something. That was how deep they had to go to find somebody with something negative to say. Because of course Boehner is going to try to be Mr. Nice Guy and not disparage the president's efforts, right? The angle of the Republican leadership is, okay, oh, he's a nice man, he's trying to do his best, but it's just the wrong thing to be doing. It's not working, okay? And then you have to go to their workers, their underlings, to find somebody that, you know, call it a photo, dismiss it as a photo op with business leaders. Before Obama's remarks to workers at Cree, the president met with a group of business leaders, involved in a job council that he's created. The president's created a job council. They aired concerns about everything from difficulty getting small business loans to regulatory burdens on airlines, and the president pledged to do what he could to help. Oh, he just pledged to do what I could to help. Like he doesn't know what needs to. I thought he knew. I mean, why can't he help us? It's just crazy, man. What does he expect? He calls you all somewhere and says he's going to try to do what he can to help you. You know, just like when the Republicans went to the White House a few weeks ago, and then he said, "Well, you know, who you really should be talking to is is Joe Biden, the vice president, who's in charge of what was it, the Medicare thing? Yeah, Medicare task force." So it's like he's almost like acting like the small-time office worker in the big bureaucracy. Only he's in charge of the big bureaucracy, and he's telling them they have to come to his office, and then telling them that it was really the wrong place to come. You need to go to his assistant's office. Bunch of assholes, man. Asshole. This guy's an asshole. You're an asshole, Obama. Let's continue, shall we? I asked the Jobs Council he's created. I've created Jobs Council. They aired concerns about everything from difficulty getting small business loans, regulatory burdens on airlines. And the president pledged to do what he could to help as his administration aims to breathe life into a faltering economic recovery. Oh, the faltering economic recovery. And just a few paragraphs ago, it said that we prevented a financial meltdown. Okay, but yet it's a faltering economic recovery. At the same time as Washington faces an August 2nd deadline, the 2nd of August 2011, to raise the government's borrowing limit or go into unprecedented default. Obama tried to make real for people what's at stake. He tried to make real? You mean he tried to make them think, he tried to make them believe that he's going to tell them what's really at stake. He argued for smart decisions on what to cut and how. See, this is his tactic. He's done this over and over again. No matter what you want to cut, it's too much or not enough. Oh, the wrong place. So he's sending a message to Republicans who say that they will not agree to raise the debt limit unless Obama and the Democrats agree to enormous spending cuts and no tax increases at all. Obama agrees that the need for spending cuts overall, but wants to increase spending in some areas such as education and clean energy technology like the LED lighting in the Durham plant. See, because the Durham plant can't make money on its own, it needs your government money to subsidize it. And so that's why the bulbs are going to be so damned expensive, because you're going to be paying for them twice or more over. So the American people need to know that over the next month, as we focus on making sure that we have a balanced, thoughtful resolution to this problem. This isn't going to the exclusion of worrying about jobs. So we're here to talk about everything. We're here to talk about everything. But is actually in service of making sure businesses have enough confidence about the investment environment so that they can start getting off the sidelines and putting more money to work and hiring more people. They're not going to do that, Mr. President, because the health care plan of yours is looming. That's going to change everything. That's going to change everything. It's going to be an economic bloodbath 2014 when your plan starts to take effect. Obama said the economy had made great strides from where it stood in 2008. Yeah, great strides, like backwards. He said that even though jobs were being created, they weren't being created fast enough. Job growth slowed sharply in May with the private sector adding just 54,000 jobs. In an opinion piece published Monday in the Wall Street Journal, General Electric Chairman and CEO Jeffrey Immelt and American Express CEO Chairman Ken Chenault laid out a series of Jobs Council ideas to increase employment, including easing visa applications to attract more tourists and increasing energy efficiency in commercial buildings. Of course, Immelt's going to say that because he's the one that makes all this freaking energy efficiency crap. Immelt heads the President's Jobs and Competitive Council, the group Obama met with Monday. See, if Democrats do that, it's okay. When they pump and stomp and hump and jump on a soapbox and start speaking about something that's really needed, which by the way benefits their company immensely, that's fine. But if some senator like Mitch McConnell wants to do something nuclear related, it's because of some plant in his state or something. See, and that's bad. There's a Republican in bed with big corporations. Immelt is the head of the President's Jobs and Competitiveness Council, the group Obama met with Monday, who he hasn't spoken to in 2.5 years. Top White House advisor Valerie Jarrett, and part-time girlfriend on the side of Barack Obama, and he probably fucked her before, said many of the council's proposals can be undertaken without taxpayer funds or congressional action. Yeah, see? Because we just force companies to do it by executive order or administrative cabinet level position, regulation, formulation, and dispensation. Well, by the President's executive cabinet committees like Department of Energy, Department of Commerce, EPA, fucking with companies. That's what she means. But the White House has few options, and the administration and Congress are now focused on cutting long-term spending. Yeah, the White House has few options, but they're very powerful. They trump everything. Executive order, boom. Yeah, it ain't too many options, but that's a big one. Congress is focused on cutting long-term spending. The price for increasing the government's borrowing authority, which means raising the debt ceiling. The government said it will exceed this debt ceiling of $14.3 trillion on August the 2nd day in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2011. By unveiling his Jobs Council proposals in North Carolina, Obama chose the state with the 10th highest unemployment rate in the country and where he won his narrowest victory in the 2008 presidential campaign. You understand it? Yeah, but it's the company, It's the company you went to see. It's the whole stunt. And you keep on paying for it. So, be good.